This is your boy. I don't know if your boys, but he's a Serbian, so to me, he's your boy. Uh, how do you say this? Dusko Todorovic.
Dusko Todorovic. Yeah, I'm
And
better with the Serbian than with the Russian names, but I'm gonna practice my Russian a little bit so I can be East Side announcer.
that's right. What does he have like Russian blood or something?
No, no, no. He's Serbian. Like I mean, he's born I think actually in Montenegro, but I think he spent all his life in Belgrade. I know him. He was training at the other team in Belgrade. I know him even like since he was little kid.
Oh
So
no
he
way.
was always very perspective. Just like when I have like some inside information, I'm gonna talk a little bit more. Like Dushko is really like he have a taekwondo background. Like his movement, his legs are really flexible. He's throwing those high kicks really nicely. He's really good in covering distance, going back in and out. Solid ground game. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. Not like extremely great submissions, but like he can manage himself on the ground. Not like a high level, but like he's very knowledgeable on the ground. Uh, what I want to say, like the biggest problem, like with him, is like I think he's in wrong weight category. He should
Hmm.
be a middleweight, and that's best saying. Like his enter card to UFC was Michel Pereira. He beat him, and that's how he entered the UFC. And now we saw like and that was in middleweight. After
Hmm.
that, Pereira was fighting as soon as he entered UFC. I think like he had even some crazy open weight and 190 pounds catch category in Japan, and he entered the UFC two fights. I mean, third fight after Dushko. You know, and he moved to middleweight, and he's really like I think maybe he had one loss from Diego Sanchez by illegal strikes. I think he's like everything, all other fights he won, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check quickly. Yeah, he lost maybe his first, no, second fight in UFC on decision from Tristan Connolly, and then Diego Sanchez by, and since then he have a 5 wins. You know, in the last one, he beat Ponzinibbio, so he's like a pretty much maybe even now like in top 10 of that category. That's saying like about like my opinion that Dushko is too small for that category.
Hmm.
And now against him, he have a guy that even I think fought in light heavyweight. The big guy, and they're pretty much similar. They both have like those high kicks, so it's gonna be really interesting to see. Like, and Dushko doesn't have like a greatest wrestling, but if it comes to the ground, I give him advantage. But like taking the down bigger guy, especially like who is similar to him with the reach and everything, only thing can see that Jordan is going too wild, and maybe in those, like he can sink down and put him to the ground, and then I'm giving advantage to Dushko. Um, Even though like I'm here, like seeing good opportunity to go with the Jordan, I cannot go against my countrymen, so I would say Dushko.
Yeah, I'd say it's very close, especially if you look at their records. They're both 2-3 in the UFC right now, and on one of them is going to be breaking even. But I think their 2-3 is a little bit different, in my opinion. Dusko, he's fought a little bit better guys in the UFC, and even before the UFC, like you mentioned Pereira. And Dusko, even though he might be kind of small for the division, like he still packs a lot of power, and I like his striking. Um, like you said, he might have the edge in grappling, but I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks Jordan Wright either down. I don't know if it's a TKO, but he definitely has the power to at least sit Jordan Wright down, and then maybe find a submission from there. You know, like yourself, I gotta go with the Serbian. Like we might train Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but like I pride myself on my Serbian jiu-jitsu, so I'm going with the Serbian.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, another thing, like exactly what you said. Like also, like in those wild exchanges, I think the Dushko is more composed, more precise. Only thing like what's questionable and like in couple matches it show up like his chin in that category, because like he have a small neck. You
Mhm.
can see it even on the picture, and smaller head. So I would really like to see him at least like one fight, like to try in a welterweight. That would be really interesting to see.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, we'll see because if he wins this one, maybe he'll stick around at 85. But yeah, 170, I think he does have a good frame for that too.